Hey, Scott.
What's up? How you feel today?
Oh, I am beat right now. Like this snowstorm, man. I thought losing to the Knicks felt kind of deflating. This feels like we got lost by like 100 today. With the way the snowstorm's been weighing on my shoulders, man.
Yeah, yeah. Welcome, everybody. It's your boy Scott Lewis here with everything BK John Nets John Apartment Gamer and more Brooklyn Nets Stoop Edition. What's good, everybody?
I
Everybody's
think
good.
I think
Um,
everybody just wants to relax tonight, man, because this snowstorm is unyielding right now. But it's
it
kind of
is
it's kind of
good.
apropos for what's going on with the NBA trade deadline. Everything feels so frozen right now, just like outside. Like
Yeah,
nobody can go anywhere, nobody can make
nah,
moves.
yeah,
Everybody's in a
yeah.
standstill. So like right now, it feels like the Nets are in a very interesting position where they could make certain moves. They could choose to wait to the offseason because if certain big moves, let's say Giannis move isn't done, and MPJ move isn't done, like these other B level stars with baggage deals ain't done. This
Right.
offseason could be really like a roller coaster, especially with a historic draft coming up where if you are a team that's in the lottery and you could draft a potential franchise guy, you might make said alternative moves, whether you
Yeah.
start a rebuild or you want to contend. Like, if nothing really gets done this deadline, this summer it could be what Shams said a year ago, which didn't happen. This summer it could be what he said was going to be the craziest summer of all time. And that's if no huge deals go down by the deadline. But still, there could be B level moves made, role player type stuff. I feel like that's kind of where his leaning to, unless the honest stuff just breaks, with a day or two to go before the deadline. But there could be something there, could not be. But right now, a lot of teams are just waiting to see when that gets figured out, and then other said moves could follow. And the Nets could definitely be facilitators for a couple of teams. That's what it looks like is going on right now.
Do you think the Knicks are actually going to make a move for Giannis?
Listen, it's so interesting because Portland was just brought up because they have the Bucks picks when they did from a while back. So right now for the Dame move, that was for the Dame move, and how ironic they have Dame now, and they might want to be a part of that. Apparently, they have their eyes on Midkel Bridges, who they've liked for a while now, and they might be willing to give up, let's say, two of the Bucks picks they have to add to the Bucks return for trading Giannis away. So Portland could be an intriguing team leading up to the deadline because they've been one of the most competitive teams of the year in the lottery that position they're in right now. So they could definitely make sense to facilitate a deal with Giannis going to the Knicks. And the Knicks kind of need somebody right now. Their assets aren't good. I don't think the Bucks want Karl Anthony Towns. I don't think they want Bridges. I don't think they want anybody that has a heavy contract on the Knicks team right now. So if there's going to be a third team to give up, let's say, players and extra picks to the Bucks, because I think ultimately the Bucks want picks. It's not really about the
Yeah,
young pieces they get back unless a
yeah,
Spurs team came out of nowhere with trading Dylan Harper, Butch Ass's way. But it don't look like the Spurs are going that direction. So if the Knicks want to pull off a fiasco move for Giannis, likely one of Towns or Bridges has
yeah,
to go to a third or fourth team. So it's going to be a lot of work to get a deal done like that. But just looking at Giannis' body language, he's ready to be done with it. He just don't want to say it. And the Bucks right now have nowhere to go. Getting a
yeah,
Zach
yeah,
LaVine, trading up your last remaining pick, 2031, 2032, and where you go by is not going to really help them out of their crappy situation. So if there's a move that's going to go down, you're going to need at least a third, maybe a fourth team to get Giannis to the Knicks, which they're going to have to sacrifice a lot too to make it happen, which
yeah,
I think will benefit us because we have their picks. So if the Knicks want to play Russian roulette with Giannis, you're gonna have to give up a lot to get Giannis, and you're gonna have to pull in a few teams. So there could be something there, but right now everything's frozen right now until
yeah.
we have declarative evidence on that.
Yeah, I agree with that. That makes sense too because the way the Knicks is situated right now, they need a third team, and but clearly see them wanting Giannis, but getting him would take somebody else. I hope the Nets do not facilitate that. But I mean, today we who we play today? We play the Clippers. So the Nets are over on the other side of the coast, away from all this snow. Lucky them. Oh shoot! 1 minute. Got a comment. What's up, Ribby? Not much. What's good, man? The weather is terrible. That's what I can tell you that. That I can tell you. I think we lost John. It's okay. We're gonna go over the starting lineup. The Brooklyn Nets are playing today in Clipper territory. Let's see. Let's get this going. Sorry for the delay. Starting lineup. Let's bring this up. Anybody watching football? The game today. Listen, today is playoff time, John, for the NFL. So it's been kind of hot. NFL talk is really hot too.
Or are they just playing in a snowstorm or something? The
Yeah,
Patriots and some other team.
yeah. Right in the middle of the storm too. Yep.
Yeah, but just get back to the trade stuff. Yeah, it just feels like the honest stuff is going to unleash some dominoes that could happen this deadline or could not. But if it's like gets to like 3 or 4 days, if Giannis still goes down, it's not enough time for everybody else to get all their deals done. For us, it seems right now MPJ might not be going anywhere because for one, the Warriors were looked at as a team, but the Jimmy Butler thing kind of threw everything they want to do to hell. And they also have Kaminga, who's currently injured and wants out. The Kings want him, but they don't want to take back a Malik Monk's salary, so they would need to rope in another team. Hey, us to help facilitate that. But at the end of the day, we would want to pick or something out of facilitating. So the Warriors would have to talk to us about that. But right now, it don't seem like MPJ is an option for them. Detroit, they have a great package to get to MPJ, but right now I'm hearing they don't want to rock the boat, so they're out of it. And then the Bucks with the honest stuff. Like if those three teams are not in it, I don't see MPJ going anywhere right now. And we do have optionality with the expiring contract next summer, well, this summer. So I don't think the Nets are pressured to trade him right now, and they could just sit him down the rest of the way. Claxton, though, good news. His pinky's not fractured, from what I've heard so far. He's going to play tonight. That's good news. He still has a lot of trade value right now. Pacers, Hornets, Lakers make a lot of sense for him right now. There's a market. The Warriors as well make a lot of sense for Claxton. So there are some teams out there who could really use Claxton's rim running abilities and his defensive abilities if they're star players that need what he can give you on defense. So I think Claxton's market is higher than MPJ's right now, just based off the fact that I think teams could make the move for Claxton right now if they wanted to. It's just we got to see if the price Marks has is not too outrageous. I think matching salary, maybe a young player and a first. Not too crazy. I think the Lakers have the best package. Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber, two expiring salaries. Don Connett, a young player, and a 2031 pick, which adds to our draft arsenal. I really think the Lakers will be a perfect trade partner for Claxton because he can be a good defensive player for Luca. We get different assets to work with, and I feel like that's the best way to maximize Claxton's value. But we still got to see if Sean Marks would be willing to, meet a price like that that's not too crazy high. Other than that, Haywood, we still have no idea what's going on with him. I would think he's getting flipped somewhere because he brings good defense. He's only making $5 million, so I feel like the
Hmm.
Nets could trade him. Martin
Yeah,
and Wilson, those are throwing guys. You could probably get maybe a second for one of them if you throw them together. And then Cam Thomas, I'm hearing a lot of bad stuff with Cam's value. Obviously, Brian Lewis said a divorce is imminent, but if there's no team out there that wants to really trade for Cam and Cam will not waive the no trade clause, I'm hearing there's a possibility that they just might waive Cam Thomas. Waive. I mean, going from potential negotiations last summer where you thought something could be worked out to now waiving a kid who once had 30, 40 point efforts on a team that was losing a direction. It's crazy how far we've gone with that situation to where it's now becoming nuclear type bad. I mean, if you waive Cam for nothing, like as much as Cam deserves a lot of blame for his faults, at the end of the day, the organization played a huge part in putting him in a situation to fail. So it's like if you really can't get any value for Cam at this point, you just waive him. It's another Sean Marks failed draft pick, in my opinion. Add up to onto his really wonky resume because it's crazy that we've gone that far down with him at this point. But yeah, that's where it just kind of feels like things are at. I think Dayron has the most interesting trade value right now because we talked about previously on your show the Celtics. They want to center their buyers. Anthony Simon's expiring contract. He's played well for them, but their goal was to try to get under the luxury, but they're competing right now. So if the Celtics imagine getting under the luxury, adding a high rebounding center in Dayron, but you have to give up a first to accomplish it. I really think Brad Stevens, like as much as he's played chess a lot the last few years, this is a chess move where you kind of got to you kind of got to let us get one over on you a bit with a pick,
Yeah, let me get
especially.
this in. Geeks coming next season. Ribby is saying that the Nets are going to try to get rid of Cat to Milwaukee for the Greek. Also, one more thing. Javon Schiff said my Broncos lost. Shake my head. Oh, sorry, man. Sorry. They had a good season though. MPJ's trying not to leave. Yeah, of course not, Ribby. He's not trying.
Eh, I they've been figuring out Jordy's one man system with MPJ. They've been playing a lot harder defense against him. The MCL sprain could be playing a factor. I don't think he should have mentioned it, honestly. Like, if you're going to try to get this guy's trade value, you should say, MPJ, even if you have a sprain, don't say you have a sprain because now we lost all leverage. So if you want to say MPJ doesn't want to leave, him opening up his mouth about that definitely didn't do us any favors on the trade market with him. So yeah, I get he might want to stay, but we got to see what happens this summer. If we get a top four pick, maybe you could keep MPJ, or if you want to still go young and a contender wants MPJ, you could still flip him for something. I don't know if he'll be as great as what the value was right now because he had an extra year. Now it's like a full on expiring. He's making 40 mil on the dots. Like if a team wants him, they're not going to probably want to go more than maybe unprotected pick and a young player, which still is decent value. But I know a lot of people would want two firsts at most for him. But you really got to ask with contending teams and the luxuries. I don't think they want MPJ's 40 mil on the books. So most likely, if he doesn't get traded right now, I could see us just let his money come off the books in a year when the Nets will be armed with a lot of cap space once his contract comes off the books to make big moves. But I think right now the Nets aren't looking to pressurize themselves into trading him. I think Claxton right now, though, his market is definitely something to look out for. Same with Dayron, his market too. So we'll see what happens. But I think what Mike
If you
Scotto
think
said was
that,
what Mike Scotto said was really good though. The Nets do have the 15 mil in extra cap space that they have to spend. It's not money they can just hold on to, so
yeah,
they're
you
going to
can't.
facilitate some deals for
Yeah,
sure.
you gotta spend the money. I mean, it doesn't make any sense if they trying to copy, for instance, OKC's blueprint.
Hmm.
A lot of people on that team was not making 40, $50 million at that time when they developed that team.
Hmm.
They did make trades though outside, and they had a lot of number one picks, but they were high number one picks. They wasn't 20, 22, 30. They was no 20s in them picks. They had top 10 picks back to back. If Sean is not getting top 10 picks, what is your motivation? What can you say to a superstar when you don't have a top 10 pick? What are you saying to him? You're not trying to win.
And that's why this upcoming draft is so imperative.
That's
Like
why
right
getting rid of Claxton and them for nothing doesn't make any sense. It's not helping you win.
with MPJ, I can understand because he's a legit at
Yeah,
best third
you
option.
probably
I
can.
understand.
You
I
probably
understand that.
can with MPJ. Yes, you probably can get a top
Claxton, it's a
10.
different story for me because he
The
still
rest of
gets
them is not.
outdone.
Yeah,
Yeah, with Claxton,
I understand why you want to get rid of him. I understand that. I'm not saying not to. All I'm saying is it's not helping you win.
right, but we do have Danny Wolf right now, who, if Claxton gets traded, Wolf would actually, I think, get to run some point center. Right now, with Claxton, he's forced to be a power forward of some sorts. And tonight,
That means that
without
means
no Clowney
Wolf
tonight, he's likely
that
going to play power forward again.
that means Wolf has to be a star. He has to play into a star role. Now, I'm not saying he can't.
If he wants to have longevity on the team, that would be a great outcome.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying he can't. I hope he can because I like Danny Wolf. But I'm just saying. I don't know. I don't know yet. What I do know is ain't no star want to come to Brooklyn if you ain't trying to win.
That's very true, and that's why this draft this summer is so important. Did you see what happened this past college week? The Bonsa and two other guys had over 40-point performances. So I think the first time they said that's happened in an NBA college week or something like that, which just goes to show you the caliber in this draft is legit. The Bonsa legit. Darren Peterson, he doesn't deal with injuries. That guy's like one of the best young guards in a draft in a long time. So again, elite talent right there to work with. And then you have Caleb Wilson. He right now is perfect for positionless basketball in this era. His skill set could help any team right now. And then you have Cam Boozer, who I'm still high on. I know a lot of people worry about the lack of athleticism, but the dude is a tank. The dude is a physical bruiser. I said it. Cam the Bruiser Boozer. That guy would give us physicality, which we're struggling with this year. If you've seen us getting like lambasted by a few teams, it's because we don't have the physicality. Against the Knicks the other night, Clowney, Claxton, and Dayron, our front court, no physicality whatsoever. You need a forward, a power forward that can give you some type of oomph against some of the top teams. Boozer would fit that billing for us. Then another guy, Kingston Flemings, had a huge breakout game recently against one of the top defensive NBA college teams. So it's like, some guys are really making a case right now to push for a top five spot. And for us, getting that top five first, figure it out after that. For us, it is imperative. Like you said, Scott, if we actually want to get a superstar to join a young star in the future, you got to hit a grand slam out this draft, or else it becomes very tough. Then you have to go get a star, but have not a great depth around, because right now the Nets can't cheat themselves. There's no 2, 3 star combinations anymore. You'd be lucky to get one superstar and great depth around you. Even that right there is very hard. So this draft right now, this 2026 draft is key if the Nets want to be legit contenders in the next 2 to 3 years, or as far as next year goes, to start winning and get yourself into a play-in, maybe a late playoff, but I would say play-in to start the following year. But this draft is going to be super key to that. Right now, we're in a good spot, but this deadline, we can move some pieces around to even better set ourselves up for this draft. It's just Sean Marks. He's got to be willing to adjust his price a little bit, because not everybody's going to throw 5 picks at him for all his
No,
role guys. That's not going to
no,
work.
no. But at least you got to get one. You got to get one. You
I
got to get
agree.
one. The starting lineup today is our rookies. Our rookies are
Yep.
starting according to this list. Drake Powell, Igor, and Danny Wolf are in the starting lineup with Michael
Very
Porter Jr.
interesting.
and Nick Claxton. Hey, listen, roll it. Let's see what happens. It got nothing to lose at this point. Have nothing to lose. The Clippers
Right.
are an interesting team. Clippers, on paper, the Clippers look like they should be in the playoffs. Easy.
Well, they just have to get out of the lottery so they don't OKC a lottery pick. If they get out of that, I don't care what happens to them the rest of the way. Like right now, they should have been at least a late play-in team or a 6 seed. I don't think they were going to be a top four this year because the level of competition in the West
Yeah,
just
that's
keeps
true.
getting
That's
crazy.
true.
But as long as they get out of that lottery, I feel even better where we're at, because having OKC not in this, having Boston not in this, really gives us a good shot to at least clear top five, which is a huge win in itself at this point. Obviously, top three would be great, but not having those teams here is great for us. So, Clippers, keep doing what you're doing, but I'm surprised they're not making moves. I thought a Cam Thomas could give him some offense. I thought maybe they want to package a John Collins and a late protected pick to us for like a Zaire Cam or a Dayron Zaire type combination. Like the Clippers, I thought would make some calls to the teams because they have limited assets, sure, but they do have some expiring deals they can move around to get at least an upgrade piece, because Harden and Kawhi is not going to get them far in the playoffs alone. I really think they've been doing a lot of carrying lately, but Kawhi, man, one injury, they're done. James Harden is done after that. So it's like they should make a move this deadline. And a perfect trade partner is the Nets, because we have cap space to help them out, and we have cheaper, good pieces that they could utilize. So I would be shocked if the Clippers don't make a move this deadline at least. So
Yeah,
let's see what
yeah.
happens the next week and a half if they're going to be interested. But I will say this: the story of the night will be how Claxton and Wolf play together. Usually it's when Wolf's in the starting lineup, you have Clowney and Claxton. Now it's just Wolf and Claxton tonight because Clowney out. So how's that chemistry going to play? Can Wolf actually lead point a bit as a forward? We haven't seen it because he's not comfortable in that spot. But now you have Claxton who brings the defense, and Wolf should be able to complement the offense. Maybe that combination unlocks something we haven't seen all year between the two. So that's definitely going to be a story: is how does Wolf man forward? How does Clax gel with him? And then who's playing? MPJ's playing three. Then you have Yegor and Powell. They didn't have a great recent few games. Hopefully, together tonight, they can offensively gel together and figure some things out. But I'm still very high on their potential, especially Powell. It's good to see him start defensively. It gives you a lot of energy. I just think everybody's waiting for those consistent big games from him. And I think they'll come. He's just learning how to be more aggressive within himself. And for Yegor, show us a little interior tonight. The 3-point shots are fine, Daddy, but I know a lot of people worry about your mid range game, your physicality on the interior, and your dribbling. Yegor could start showing us some of that the second half. I think a lot of people will be more receptive and understanding that he's still a rookie. He's great at threes, but it's everything else he has to improve. So, like you said, Scott, big night for the rookies, Yegor, Powell, and Wolf. And hopefully tonight they could bring effort, grow in their roles, and just get used to starting. It's a pressurized situation they're in, especially against a very physical, savvy veteran Clippers squad. So, and last time we faced them, they blew us out. So maybe tonight show some resistance, make it a little entertaining. Because if it's not a blowout, it's not a blowout, which I'm fine with. But you want the rookies to feel like, hey, we showed them something tonight that we're not just layups in their minds. I think that's what Jordy would look for tonight out of starting three rookies is don't make it easy, play to your strengths, work on your weaknesses, but play as a team. And hopefully Jordy has ran some schemes to these young kids where tonight it looks like there's some continuity happening on the court. And there's no Nolan either, no Trayor or Cam Thomas tonight, which takes away point guard depth and some scoring depth. So yeah, the bench tonight, I don't know how that's going to go. I don't think it's going to go good, but it'll be interesting to see who can figure it out playing off the bench tonight. Maybe some two
No,
ways play tonight. We'll
your
see.
people who play today, Terrence Mann, who else?
Ugh, yikes.
Your bench people is gonna play
T
today.
man.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
But
we gotta talk
but
about
he,
Zaire, man. Zaire's been really good the last few games. Like he's gotten his role back, let's say, defensively, what he was last year. And it's my buzz. Listen, Jordy's been wrong about a lot of things this year. Questioning Zaire's physicality and his effort. What a mistake, man. Because last few games, Zaire's giving you full effort. He's being very impactful. The
I think they lost
teammates
John.
like
Oh,
playing
there
if
you
we
go.
don't trade him this deadline. I know he's got value with certain teams, but he could be a really good bench piece. He plays defense. He's 6'9", right?
Yeah,
Like
he's six
he's
nine.
not a great shooter, but he's better at knocking down threes than he did a year ago. So if we keep him, I think Jordy needs to just trust him more because Zaire gives you hustle, it gives you grit on defense, and that has to be a big part of Jordy's system going forward. Not just a one man MPJ band, but you need good gritty defenders like a Drake Powell, a Zaire. So if Zaire stays, I expect them to rework a contract this upcoming summer and let him be a part of the bench because he's been stepping up the last few games, Zaire, and I hope he continues to do that because he's a good role guy, if
Yeah,
anything.
yeah. A lot of people. I mean, a lot of people are really reeling, and we betting on these rookies. We betting on having a high draft pick, which is kind of
Yep.
crazy. We back to the same thing. I don't know how many years we can do this, but
This is the last important one. Like the other drafts aren't going to be as meaningful. And here's the crazy thing: 2028, we have 4 firsts and 3 seconds. That's 7 picks. I highly doubt we're going to be drafting 7 picks in 2 years. We're probably going to couple some of those picks, some other picks, and if we collect anything this upcoming deadline, obviously some of that will be packaged in the future. And I think the Nets are waiting for a star to be available. Look at the Timberwolves again today. They lost to a deflated Warriors team that lost Jimmy Butler, and the Warriors, I think, offensively ran the tables against the Timberwolves. Not everything's great over there. They still don't have a point guard. That's one of their trade deadline things. But you look at Anthony Edwards. Is he happy and content being on a Timberwolves team that's likely not getting him any secondary legit star help? I mean, Randall and Gobert only do so much, and the playoffs they're both liabilities. So I really think if Ant-Man doesn't make it to another Western Conference Finals with this team and they start regressing this year and the following, expect some Anthony Edwards potential trade stuff to start chattering because if Ant-Man requests out, every team is going to be gunning for a young star like that. Especially a team like Brooklyn, who should want to get a star that fits a timeline. Ant-Man would fit this young Nets team timeline. What's this? What's this?
this
Is this
is
a
some
hypothetical?
yeah hypothetical. Somebody trying to
I think I saw this on Bleacher.
yeah.
What is? Let's see. Daron goes to Magic. We get Isaac Howard, a 2026 Wizards first, which is really 2 seconds, a 2031 swap, which could or could not convey in 2 seconds. I talked to people about this deal.
I don't
It's a
like it.
quantity deal. It's not
It's
Not
not
really
a deal the Nets
quality, it's
need.
quantity.
Yeah.
The only things I really like, it's not a deal we need, but if you tell me I could trade Dayron for a quantity of assets, I'm open to it. And then Hayward too. So we're really swapping Hayward and Dayron for a potential first, 4 seconds, and Jet Howard. I like Jet Howard. That's a kid I think would fit our rebuild well. His father's a coach on this team. Isaac, that's just a throw in. But it's definitely a deal I think makes you go interesting. I don't know. I don't know if the Nets necessarily do it, but I don't know if you saw on Twitter, Scott, Kevin O'Connor, a reporter. He brought up something crazy. He brought up how the Magic are faltering this year. Who knows what's going on with Paulo and the coach? The guy straight up said they should do an MPJ for Paulo to Brooklyn. Scott, do you think that that's something that would ever be possible? Do you think the Magic would move on from Paulo and make
No,
Franz their guy?
he sell jerseys over there, so no,
Right.
no.
Okay.
It's not
No, that was
happening.
interesting. I'm like, I don't know if that would ever happen. Like MPJ,
Nah,
a third option for a franchise guy. You
no,
rarely see
no.
stuff like that.
Nah, they not trading them. They're not
Yeah,
trading them. He
probably
sell
not. But
jerseys. He sell jerseys. Why would they do that? Why would they
wow,
do that?
Joey, that's
Well,
pretty blunt. Leave it to Joey, man, to not mince
yeah,
words.
yeah, no, because in no way in the world I'm taking a bunch of second round picks. I'm just not.
Well, that's the thing with the 50 mil.
We already got mad second round picks already.
Right, but with the 50 mil in cap space we have, you're likely as a third or fourth team facilitator, you're likely getting maybe a young player that has to be part of a deal and seconds. I don't think
you
the
know
Nets get a
who
first unless we're trading Dayron to Boston,
you know who
maybe.
benefits from this deal? The Knicks. Getting the
Mm,
point Jalen Suggs coming off the bench would immensely help them.
well, getting rid of talents helps them because that's money they don't want to pay. The Haywood's a good vet. Suggs is a good piece.
Yeah.
Wendell's an
Yeah.
interesting centerpiece.
Yeah. Yeah, they bench will get better immediately. Immediately they'll have a rotation coming off the bench.
I don't know if Towns would fit with Orlando, man. Like Paulo and Towns. Eey, eey.
I don't know. They be scoring like crazy.
But the
They-
defensively, they lose a lot. Towns, I'll be honest with you, Towns, man, is so bad defense. Against Philly the other day, they looked horrible with Towns. And Towns was getting foul baited again. But as soon as Towns was off the bench, I got to admit, I know Rudy's watching. Listen, Knicks look competent without Towns. But the problem is the Knicks are paying Towns $50 to $60 million.
yeah,
And if you're
that's
going to try to trade this guy, he's got no first round pick multi value anymore. You might be lucky to just get two bad contracts just to get him off your team at this point. Like right now,
and
Scott, there's a new trend in the NBA with team players with bad deals and stuff like that. Teams are more hesitant to offer picks. They might do a bad deal for a bad deal. I saw something between Memphis and the Pelicans. They were willing to potentially offer Jordan Poole, DeJounte Murray straight up for John Morant and KCP. Two baggage contracts for two baggage contracts. That's literally the way the NBA is looking right now. First round picks are going out the door unless you're a generational superstar. If you're a B plus player with baggage, you're likely gonna have to go for a player with baggage. That's just the way things are looking, which isn't great business, but you don't sacrifice picks. You have to sacrifice cap space, which is another issue. So yeah, that's the way things are looking right now in the trade deadline landscape. Very bad.
yeah, nobody's saying that. Hey, Dayron's worth two firsts. I wouldn't trade him for two firsts. I tell you one thing though. Whoever gets Dayron for even one first, it's not a bad trade.
That's why it
That's
works for Boston.
that's why
I keep
I
saying
mean, yeah, especially if it ain't a top 10 pick.
if it's a flexible late first, we can utilize it to trade. We should because listen, Tatum and Brown aren't going to be around forever. They're approaching their 30s together. They're both making over $600 million. Eventually, again, the Celtics will have to move pieces off. And again, nothing ever stays the same forever. But in this deal, we take on Simon's contract. They get under the luxury penalties, and they add a good rebounder that fits their center position, gives them some juice there. But they have to sacrifice a first of some sort. We're not just taking 3 seconds and Simons giving you day run on the cheap. Like Brad Stevens, you got to play a little chess here too with us. Like you're playing great chess, but you might have to sacrifice a pawn here essentially, which is a first to take on a Bishop and Dayron. Let's say, like we're definitely not going to give you. We're not giving him to you for free just to take on Simon's contract off your books. Simon's in a first for Dayron is great business for both sides. We both help each other out in a way. For us, we get a lot of more cap space, and we get another first to add to our arsenal. We have 14 firsts after that deal, which is good. Having multiple firsts that you could potentially trade for a star, great. Puts it into a great position. So if you're talking about deals I trade for Dayron, the highest value I probably could get back is from a team like Boston because they're trying to get off of a bad contract to get under the luxury. But I feel like there's some room there to work something out. Oh, Rippy's got something in uppercase words.
Well, Ribby said,
For Greek Freak, 3-team deal by Mitchell. He's going, Ribby. He said Mitchell. Okay, that's funny. That's funny. And Ketty Cat. Ketty Cat.
yeah, your boys will definitely get rid of Macau.
The
Yeah.
Portland one's interesting, but imagine this. You traded your Giannis package to get Bridges when you could have saved those picks to get Giannis straight up, and now you basically got to trade Bridges somewhere else, and Towns is probably going somewhere
What you
else,
need,
but you get Giannis.
what your
That's
boys
wild.
need is a third team to give them a couple of number ones. But number ones are hard to come by now, boy.
Well,
Hard.
it's
You got to sell your soul to get for the Nets. Now, listen, we don't mind wheeling and dealing, but we ain't giving up no number ones.
right, and we're not looking to take no crazy contracts right now either, unless you're giving us a first. Unless you're
Yeah,
giving us a first, like Kyle Kuzma. If the Bucks want to offset him in this Giannis deal, you got
you
to
need
give us a
you need
pick,
a
or one of his other teams got to give us a pick.
you need another team that's in that position to want to do so.
Right, and also Portland, the Pelicans are the only teams that have the Bucks first. So it would actually make logical sense if the Bucks reached out to one of those two teams, Portland or New Orleans. New Orleans doesn't want to trade anybody, but I'm hearing conflicting results. They might actually be more open to trading some pieces than they want to admit because they went all in on Queen and Fears. They kind of have a core that doesn't really gel to be a successful team. So if the Bucks want to incorporate them into this to get their own picks back, they should. Same with Portland. But you probably have to get a fourth team too. So yeah, this Giannis deal, you're gonna have to move a lot of salaries because right now what the Knicks have, the Bucks don't want. What Portland has though, if they couple that with what the Knicks are giving up for Giannis, like giving the Bridges to Portland, that works. But you're likely gonna have to sacrifice Bridges and Towns either to the Bucks or a different team to get Giannis to you. So you're basically gonna have to sacrifice important core depth, which isn't playing great right now, to get the guy you want in Giannis. But yeah, it's gonna be a big gamble, sacrifice, whoever's involved in this for sure, because this is a superstar. This is a top three superstar. And everybody thought, oh, the Knicks were just going to give up crappy swaps, Bridges, Towns, and Bucks are going to be, happy and cutesy about it. No, you have to incorporate a third or fourth team to get the extra picks to
Yeah,
satisfy what the Bucks
most
want.
definitely.
The Bucks would likely want their own picks back as opposed to other teams' picks right now. Since in fact they're going to be in basically purgatory once they let go of Giannis. So yeah, if there's
Mikal
getting deal
and
going on,
Mikal making 40 million starting next year.
he's making 39 million, I believe.
Wow,
38,
that's
39. It's
this year.
crazy. That's crazy.
Next year.
Yeah, his extension, his big extension he signed, which is wild. He only had like
Wow,
7 points the other day, and it's one of his
wow.
worst offensive games yet.
But
Yikes.
I'm not worried about the money as long as it's under that second tier. But my thing is, he's not on another team. He would not be worth $40 million.
Oh hell no! In Portland, it's kind of weird because you already got Drew Holiday's making a lot of money. You have Dame Lillard for a final reunion. Like Portland's been good this year. The young core is playing really well. Denny Avia, I don't know if people want to call that kid a young star, but he's playing like a high quality third young star option for them. So they have a young core in place. I guess they really would value Bridges' defensive abilities, but just like we keep saying, probably gonna have to trade Towns somewhere, trade Bridges somewhere, just to get Giannis to make the money work. And then where are all these picks coming from? Picks from Knicks, picks from Portland, picks from a fourth team we don't know about.
I
If
don't
that deal
know.
goes down, there's going to be a lot given up there, and I think that's going to screw the Knicks because the Knicks essentially are losing core members just to pair
I'm
Giannis
waiting.
with Brunson, which honestly I don't think that scares any Western teams. I don't think OKC, Denver, even Houston are scared of a Brunson Giannis duo because you could exploit a duo like that. But Leaf, what do you got to say on
Easily.
this whole
What's
stuff
good?
with Knicks
Yeah,
and with
what's going
Nets?
on, Leaf? What's going on, Leaf?
Well, I'd rather not talk about anything outside of the Nets, man. I don't think none of us give a damn about what's happening to the Tangerines.
Not really. We have their
Um,
picks. Not really. We have their
the
picks.
the trade deadline. Giannis is basically the trade deadline, but we already know he ain't getting traded.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I do however I did come across a trade earlier today that was talking about how Claxton to the I think in the Lakers OKC 3-team trade
Ooh.
um Claxton was going to be in the deal. We was going to get back I think we was getting back Rui. We was getting back Gabe Vincent, and we was getting back I think Rui, Gabe Vincent, and somebody else. They was all expiring deals. Um,
And a first too. We get a first to round that out.
I don't remember first being in that, but OKC was probably going to deliver maybe a 2029 first or something like that. For Claxton or some shit. But apparently the Lakers is fed up with Buddy at the five, and Luca is pissed off at him or whatever, and this
And
that and the third.
Aiton
So they
Aiden,
expected.
yeah. Aiden.
Expected.
DeAndre Ayton, bro. Like some people was telling me that it wasn't gonna work. I already knew because it's the Lakers, bro. Like that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? They
Right.
expect high. Uh, excuse
God
me.
Bless
bless
They
you.
you.
expect. Thank you. They expect high results from dudes, bro, that never really was on that high scale. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
And then and
yeah.
then they leave the role players, bro, that basically, you know, end up in the dust and be the fall guys, bro, when shit don't work out. So
What is wrong with Aiden
Claxton,
though, Leaf? What's wrong with
he
him? You think it's
bro,
a mental thing?
he's charming soft, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
For
Like I ain't
real?
gonna
Like
like
that?
nah, he really is, bro. Like I don't know people haven't really seen him play, bro. Like
I haven't
all
been
he really
watching him.
all he really want to do is shoot mid range jumpers, bro. Like and get rim runs, bro. Like he like and when it comes to contact, bro, if you trusting him to take contact for over 15 minutes in a game, bro, he can't do it. He
Has
can't
he
do
ever
it.
been hurt? Has he ever been, seriously hurt?
Mhm.
Oh,
I think
maybe.
he has. Yeah. I don't want to say seriously, but I would say to the point where he is not projecting himself to be the number one pick that he once was. And
Right.
that and
He
you know what I'm
definitely
saying.
isn't. And Redick
So
recently, actually, he recently called out the team saying, "Oh, I want more shots." And LeBron started giving him like the death stare and multiple clips. But yeah, that experiment hasn't worked. But you brought up Claxton. You could do is trade up one-on-one deal. It's literally Claxton to Lakers for Vincent expiring, Maxi Kleber expiring, Adolph Knet, a
yeah,
player they don't even want, and a 2031 first. That's a perfect deal for both sides. You get your defensive anchor to Luca. We get players you don't want. We get a young player you don't want, and we get a pick. It's essentially a trade chip. That is a perfect Claxton deal, and I would be surprised if the Lakers don't want to explore a deal like that because they've had 2 years to get Claxton on their team, and they went to 8 because they want to give up a valuable first. Give up the first to get a center you need right now. You don't need Aiton. Aiton's right now being so bad for them right now. Their defense is literally dead right now on the court.
What is Ribby talking about, Leaf?
I don't even know what you're talking about, bro. So
What?
But the Ribby, Ribby is a Nick fan,
I
but
don't know.
he
Yeah,
gonna
all
test
right. He
you.
is. Yeah, he is a
He gonna
Panther
test you
fan.
now.
So good God, bro. Like, nigga, you stuck in a blizzard, bro. Like, leave me alone, bro.
You
We
should
are
know.
stuck in a
You should know
blizzard.
what Leaf. You should know what Leaf feels about the tangerines, as he call them.
Like, I don't even know why you trying me, bro. Like, get out of here, bro. Come on, bro.
Leaf, as
Chill out.
far as tonight goes, what are your thoughts on Wolf and Claxton? Do you think there's a chemistry there we haven't seen this year? Because really, anytime Wolf has started, Clowney and Claxton have been together. Now tonight, no
I think
Clowney. It's just Wolf at the Wolf is the man, the five at this point.
I think Danny Wolf has a connection with everybody. I think he could find any and
Mm,
everybody. It's just that it's just all a matter of the minutes and when and where. When you got
right,
when you got him on certain spots on the court, the thing is that like the defense usually at the front court they have to run out. So that leaves a lot of spaces, man, for other cutters, man. Like I think Danny Wolf is the secret to opening up a lot of other players' games, bro. Like and getting them easy baskets and easier
right,
baskets. You
right.
know what I'm saying? Like, but right now the coaching staff don't really understand that. They'll understand it once they start seeing it on the court a lot more. Nolan Trayor will he'll be able to run more. You know what I'm saying? Drake Powell will be able to run more. A lot of players will be able to move quickly, and the offense will speed up. That like the genesis of this team realistically is really gonna start with Nolan and Danny Wolf because they understand what to do with the basketball once they start putting the ball on the floor and gravitating the defense. They understand that. You know what I'm saying? I think they already have they just have a natural ability, man, like to draw defenses. You know what I'm saying? So like I feel as long as they can play free, I think we're gonna see the best versions of some of the offenses, bro, that we could run it and could run in the future. But tonight I'm not really expecting nothing. We got our ass whooped by the Clippers a bunch of times, and I'm not really expecting us to win this game tonight. The Tankers is gonna be pissed off if we win. Um, so
I
it
mean, if the
is
three
what it
rookies
is.
play a crucial role, I won't be as upset. It's good to see three rookies start, and maybe tonight just give them a fight. Don't make it easy. Obviously, the Clippers are more experienced, more physical, but just work on your weaknesses, keep playing your strengths, and just give them a fight tonight. But here's another thing, Leaf. Brian Lewis, essentially, like I told you, says the Cam Thomas relationship with Brooklyn is almost over. But now I'm hearing that the Nets might seriously consider waiving Cam Thomas if a
Yeah,
deal isn't agreed upon. Do you really think the Nets are going to do that? Are they ready to just
I do.
be done with it at this point?
I do.
I think they.
I
I
do.
think they will.
I
I
think
think
they
they
are.
will.
I think they will for the simple fact that they are pretty much they pretty much had that the falling out really started this off season
Yes,
with
it
the
did.
contract negotiations, man.
Yep.
Right.
Listen, 2 years, $28 million is left on the table, quote unquote, allegedly or whatever you want to say, bro. Somehow, some way, eight figures worth of money was left on the table. You know, you don't go from being below $5 million in Brooklyn, bro, like to $28 million, bro, and just saying no to it, bro. Like you just don't.
Nah, you
You know
don't
what I'm
say
saying?
that.
But
I don't understand
yeah,
that part.
yeah,
That's
I mean, you
on
know what I'm saying.
Cam.
But
That's on Cam. That's on Cam.
that's definitely on him. But the thing is Cam Cam got some like crazy dollar eyes, man. Because the thing is when you start pocket watching other players and then you start to add up your worth, bro. That's how you end up in the position that Cam Thompson ended up in. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Nah,
So
for reals.
realistically, I think realistically, man, the line is already in the sand. You know what I'm saying? I think
Right.
the straw is already broke the camel's back, bro. Like so, I mean, it's
Yeah.
all a matter of when.
Yeah.
And
But
and and,
I,
and it just and it just
you know, but the
that.
only listen, I tell you this, man. Like, I think Cam Thomas has a spot in the league, man. I think
Yeah, I do too.
he's phenomenal talent. At a certain point and at a certain spot in the
Yeah,
league,
a
bro. I
certain
just think that
skill.
they just
Yeah.
yeah, they just have him in the wrong spots and they just have
Right.
him in the
Yeah.
wrong roles.
Yeah.
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 I it,
Just to
it,
sum,
but
just
the only thing that's gonna bring joy to my heart is pissing off the section of our fan base. You know the section of our fan base got the CT lifers, man. Like they can't go a day, without putting CT at the head of the state, man. Like and they've been trying to
Well,
do it
I
for the
love
last
him.
3 years.
I love him. I love him. But the thing is, I understand basketball too. So
Right.
the thing is, with the money thing and your worth on a team, it's different
Hmm.
from some teams to another team. You might need to move.
Right.
Okay,
Yep.
it's okay. It's all right.
Right.
We've seen superstars get moved. So what make you think you can't?
Exactly. We seen Luca get moved, bro.
And
We
Luca
seen
was
Trey
the
Young get moved.
right. I mean, these are
yeah.
guys
Like,
that's
bro, like
proven.
what makes you think, bro, like you are more special than these dudes?
Nope.
Yeah, just to summarize, everything that could have gone wrong for Cam Thomas this year has gone very wrong. But to see
Yeah.
the extremes we've gone from a contract negotiation to where both sides really didn't care about each other that much to where he actually allegedly left $28 million potentially on the table to now making 6 mil, but being injured most of the season, and now the coach subbed him
Yeah.
out the other day because he passed up a shot. It just tells you that just there's all faith lost on all sides. And if a deal can't get done, all I'm gonna say is what happens. This was another failed Sean Marks draft pick. 4 years of wasted time, for especially for the Cam fans, the people that really like this kid. But it's like if you don't work out as a draft pick for this team, you never had a chance to really develop into anything. It's a failed pick at the end of the day. And hopefully this chapter will end very soon because I think we've talked everything we can talk to about the Cam Thomas saga, and it's time to move on to greener pastures. And hopefully for him, if he's still in this league, he finds what he's good at. But right now, what he is good at is being a six man. And until he figures out that he wants that role, it's going to be tough for him to have a legit role on a team right now.
I think it's already too little, too late, man. Man, I think
Yeah,
he's
I
gonna have
think
to.
so.
He is gonna have to perform astronomically for the first team that gives him that role because they're gonna give him a chance, man. Like one or
Yeah, they're
two
gonna give
years,
him a chance.
but some teams is gonna definitely gonna give him a chance.
He
He's
has
gonna
a
have to
name.
thrive.
He has a name
He's
out
gonna
there.
he's gonna have to thrive in that role astronomically, and I think they're gonna have like a team and a coaching staff is gonna have to
Yeah.
put like levels of belief
Hmm.
in him, bro, like that's out of this world, and then that's gonna bring the CT lifers of our fan base back to life. Talk about yes, I told you we shouldn't have traded him, man. Like yo, I told you we should have get money.
Well, you know that's
I'm like,
gonna
all
come.
right. Yeah, yeah,
You-
obviously that's gonna come, but at the same time, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to relishing it. For those of y'all that keep asking me about the draft, bro, like, listen, I said what I said about the draft, man. I'm not about to get fooled and get warped up into this vortex that I got warped into last year. Y'all not gonna do this shit to me again, bro. Like the NBA is not gonna make the NBA is not gonna play in my face, bro. Like they're not gonna do that to me. If they give us Here's the thing about getting a top five pick. You got to develop the motherfucker, bro. You have to do that. So you can't just get a top five pick and be like, "Yo, this is the beginning. Yo, we about to run off this, that, and the third, bro." Because I guarantee you, bro, it's gonna be a section of Nets fans that's gonna be up in arms if we somehow do get a top four pick and get one of these dudes that they've been hammering about. And we all seen the college basketball numbers. We seen the Bonson, we seen
yeah.
Kingston, we seen all these other dudes go off
Right.
and everything, bro. And everybody's gonna be clamoring about it. See, yo, Leaf, I told you to do this. I told you that. It's gonna be machine gun funk all over the place, bro. Like, and I'm gonna be sitting there, bro, being like, bro, when it, okay, all right, yo, listen, I'm here for it, bro. When I missed the part when the Nets start winning 50 something games again, which is set talent or whatever it is. The thing is
That
that
is the goal. That is the goal.
what people have to realize is that, bruh, it's not about just drafting the dude. It's about leaning forward. I personally, after watching Jabari Parker highlights today, bro, I no longer want nothing to do with Duke University, bro. Like, listen, I think Cam Boozer is a
Ah,
machine. I think Cam Boozer is a machine, bro. But what happens to Jabari Parker is basically, bro, that's just fate, bro. It's the same thing that happened in Grant Hill. It's the same thing that been happening to Kyrie. It's the same thing that happened to Jason Tatum. It's the same thing that happened to Zion. It's the same thing that happened to R.J. Barrett. It's the same thing that happened to Brandon Ingram. They all mess around and break down, bro, before they hit their absolute peak. They all do it. Every
no,
last
leave,
one of them.
leave.
And I don't think Cam Boozer is any exception. No.
And listen, I understand the worry with some of these guys. Obviously, some picks in the past few years haven't worked out for certain teams, but for this draft, I feel like we do have a coaching staff that does want these guys to be in the best condition possible. The good thing is some of these guys in this draft are already at a physical peak where it's like rare to have a draft class like that. I think Boozer, like I said this to Scott McGinn in the show, we are lacking physicality right now at the power forward position. Noah Clowney, he's had moments this year, but a lot of times defensively, he gets walked over, man. A guy like Cam Boozer, he don't think a guy's going to get walked over unless there's a mismatch. But this guy's already like at 230 pounds, let's say. He could definitely be a legit forward for us in the future because he's not afraid to be physical in the interior. And we're struggling right now to be physical in the interior. It's all just shoot three, shoot three. I want a guy that can body in the paint and put something up. And I think a Cam Boozer would be a good addition.
You want a guy that's not gonna get dunked on by Zion the way Claxton did, bro. Like that's
That
what you
too,
want,
that
bro.
too. I'll take that too.
Yeah. The problem with that, bro, is that Zion is doing that to a lot of centers in the league, bro. Like,
Yeah, that's
it's
not the
part of,
only
and he's part of a long list of names that I said, yo,
that can do
we should
that.
go out and go get, bro. Like, but everybody vetoed it. Everybody said no. Everybody said, let's go to the draft. Okay, we gonna pick this whole go to the draft portion, bro. We gonna end up with a Dookie. And then he gonna mess around and have the same fate that all other
Yeah.
Dookies had, bro, when
No,
they was top three picks.
being realistic though. Let's be realistic. Zion does that just like you said to quite a few centers.
A lot, I see him do that to Rudy Gobert on the regular.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These are premier centers. So when you really saying when you want to get rid of, I'm not saying Nick Claxton is this great center. Be honest with you, I don't even think he's a center. But that's my
He's
opinion.
undersized at center.
No, I understand that. I know what he is. He's not a great scorer, but
That too.
he has improved in some spots.
Free
He
throws and
has
assists.
he has
That's it.
improved. He has improved. He has knowledge of the game. He's probably a good teammate.
It
He
wasn't
probably
The
last year.
reason,
Wait, Scott, he
the
wasn't
reason why,
last year.
yeah,
No,
the
but you
Billups
reason
was
why
can't
he,
last year,
listen.
people.
Listen, we
the
can
real reason, why he has improved, bro, is because he got MPJ out there holding his hand,
right.
bro,
It
just
does
like
help
KD
him.
was holding
It
his
does.
hand, bro.
Believe,
Like,
believe that's true.
Was.
Believe that's true with even superstars. You can't if you ain't got competent players around you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but
You're not
the
going to win games. Yeah, you might get your 30 off, but
I get what you're saying, bro. But we seen players hold it down, bro, without all of this astronomical help.
I think
My
the
thing is
game
that
changed though. I think the game changed
the
from
game
that.
changed in terms the game changed in terms of winning, but in terms of player production, bro, it hasn't. A lot of these
Okay, yeah,
players,
because
listen,
it's the
a lot of
same.
these
I get what you're saying.
a lot of these players, bro, are showing what they can do with or without, bro. Listen, everybody yelling Denny Avia in the chat, bro. I got news for you. Denny Avia was doing this in Washington, bro. It's just that they didn't value him. They didn't value him like
Facts.
that,
They
bro. Like
missed out
they
on
was,
that. Should have
yeah,
kept
they missed
him.
out on that. They was doing that in Washington. They just didn't know what the hell they had. Now Portland has a chance to do right, and now he's putting up all these astronomical triple doubles out of this world. But I've been told people about Denny Avia, bro, like, and nobody listened. This is a part of a long list. I got a long list of players that I talked about that should have been on this team, bro. Like, and that was low, and that was low, under key, and cheap. And before they started going crazy, and everybody vetoed this shit. So I'm about to watch a golden plan that a lot of Nets fans have that involves this draft, that involves one of the four players in this draft, not end up in the Nets uniform, like I said,
Yeah,
by hook or crook, but not and us not getting anything in the draft, bro, that we can move forward with in terms
We
of
have to, Leaf. We
mainstay
have
piece.
to. I have to bank that we
But
will.
we
I
won't.
have to.
But we
I
won't.
have to,
But we
man.
won't.
I
But we
have
won't.
to.
You know
I
why we
have
won't,
to.
bro? For the same reason why Derek Coleman and Kenny Anderson wasn't a mainstay. For the same reason why Kenyon Martin
Leaf.
wasn't a mainstay in
Leaf.
the
If we
organization.
fail,
For the
if
same
we
reason
fail
why
this,
Brooke
Leaf.
Lopez
Leaf.
wasn't a mainstay in the
If we
organization, bro.
fail the,
Like it's
if we
historic.
Leaf, if we fail this historic draft, there's no way Sean and Joe can be in Brooklyn anymore. There's just no way. If you're telling me that they did all this year and we still get a seventh or eighth pick, there's no way they can control the ship going forward. You
but
trade back
Joe,
your own picks to get back-to-back 8 picks? Come
now
on.
now
Yes.
That would be a
let me
historic failure
Yes.
that no other team
Yes.
could replicate.
let me let
That's
me
how bad it would be if
let
that
me
don't happen.
let
We
me
have to.
interject. Let me
Have
interject.
fun.
What if we do get a top 3 pick and it doesn't pan out? Is that possible?
It could be possible, but it has to
Oh,
pan
okay.
out. It
And
has to.
it
It has
wouldn't.
to.
But then that wouldn't be on Sean, then, right?
Well, he drafted the guy, and he's responsible for building a
I,
roster. Like Leaf says, you need a roster to win eventually around a young star. The star can't carry you by himself. Even though it's a weak East, if you want to get against, if you want to go for a finals title, you got to be stacked against these Western teams: Spurs, OKC, two teams who could run the gauntlet the next 5 to 10 years potentially.
but
We
what
would
you
need a team
saying,
that could beat that.
but what you saying is these
Here's
three
the
are
thing.
guaranteed. That's what you saying. You saying these
Have you
three
seen their
are guaranteed?
numbers? They're playing like it, so I have to go by that they're going to be that
Okay,
legit
okay, all right,
because they're playing like it.
I could tell. Listen,
all
the
right.
thing about the thing that I'm starting to figure out about the NBA, bro, like, is that no matter who the player is, bro, placement means a lot, bro.
Yes,
Like,
I do. I
it's
think so.
Right.
and we seeing it with this draft, bro. Like
Yeah, was a
placement.
guy in
I think
Utah.
yeah, we seen a perfect example of placement, bro. Goddamn. Listen, a lot of people don't know if VJ would be doing what he's doing right now on any other team that he got drafted to. I can
That's true.
promise you that he won't because he just so happened to be playing in the backcourt with somebody that's averaging 30. Now,
Yeah.
Colin Kneppel is playing with somebody in the backcourt that can average 8 or 9 assists and that can find him.
Yep.
Cooper Flag was at the one, and we all saw how it went. And when he went back, when he went to his natural position, now we're seeing him thrive. So it's everything. A lot of these things is about placement. These stars these so-called stars that's coming out of the draft, bro. Like, they listen, if they not ringing the bells that the former picks from yesteryear's ringing, bro, like then it doesn't mean anything. A
Yeah, you
lot of
would
this
know
shit,
they a
a
superstar.
lot of a lot of this shit is team based, bro. Like, listen, you see if you see 43 points from AJ DeBosa or Kingston Fleming or Cam Boozer in March Madness or this time of the year when they're in college, you saying to yourself, bro, yo, why don't you save this shit for the league, bro? Why is you going off for 40 something, bro, in college, bro? Like, we know that you could get something. You going off for 40 something in college, they mess around and burn out. You know why, bro? Because they used to a college schedule. When by the time they get into the league, they only really good for 40 something games because they ain't accustomed to 82. They ain't accustomed to 75. They ain't accustomed to 65 games.
Yep.
That's why a lot of rookies hit a wall. And the thing is, we'll find that out. We'll find out everything that I just tell people. We'll find out about how much levels really matter. But because on a different level, of course, Cam Boozer, 40, 10, or whatever, AJ DeMassa, he just had 43 last night, or Kingston Fleming had 42. I understand that. It might take a lot of them dudes a while to get a 40-point game in the NBA.
Word up. It ain't easy to do that as a rookie.
Like
I ain't gonna lie to
that shit ain't just a walk in the park. Now I give a big shout out to Cooper Flagman for showing a lot of his skill set. But the thing is, it took placement. They placed him back at the three where he belonged, and then that's when all right, yo, let me get the mismatches I'm supposed to get. I don't belong at the one. Why are you
Yeah.
putting me at the one, Jason Kidd? What are we doing? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, bro? We all know we all know AD is made out of mayonnaise, bro. Like, listen, but like, so you get him out of the way, then now I can thrive, and let's build this team again around a young player.
Right,
But is
right.
Cooper Flag going to be that said young player? I don't think he's going to be because he played at Duke, but we gonna have to see.
We gonna see. We will see though.
We
All
will
right.
see.
With the game getting ready to start, guys.
Yeah, the game
So
is getting ready to start. Let me.
you
Good show,
covering it?
I just
guys. Good show,
Are
guys.
you covering it, Leaf? Are
I don't
you?
know, man. I got to get up early, bro.
I know
So
you covered the football though. I noticed that.
Do the
I
first
was
two
on for
quarters,
that's.
Leaf. Do the first two quarters, Leaf.
I'm not doing nothing, bro. Like I know I gotta get I gotta
Halftime
be up
show.
early. I gotta be up early. Now I'm
All right,
Yeah.
all right,
All right.
I gotta get my girlfriend to work, man, so
Uh,
I gotta be up
all
early.
right.
all right,
Good
Leaf.
show, guys.
Where
Good
you can be
show.
reached at, Leaf?
YouTube.com/@Lee4788, man. We up over 130 something episodes of Nets Visual, bro. And I got some more, man, as soon as I can get off this bum ass 9 to 5. I ain't gonna
Follow
lie to you.
Leaf.
Shout out to everybody. I hope everybody's surviving this bullshit ass winter storm that hit a
Yeah.
whole bunch of places,
How's the
bro.
weather where
Like,
you at? How's the weather where you at?
oh, frozen, man. They ain't got no salt trucks and no nothing out here, bro. If I was back in New York, I would have had to shovel snow. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
cool with
yeah,
it, bro.
yeah, yeah.
My snow shoveling days is over, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't picking up no white no more, bro. Bullshit.
I
Nah,
was just out there
nah,
3 times, man.
I'm not picking up shit. Nah. And the next house I live in, bro, is gonna be out west, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. No
Yeah, I don't
bullshit.
blame you. I don't blame you, Lee.
Yeah.
All
Good
right.
show. If you want to talk fun basketball, everything BK Nets John. Good Brooklyn content, and be safe, everybody. Snowstorm ain't over yet, so God bless all you, man. Be well. Good show,
Uh,
guys.
I'd like to thank my chat room, Gylo, Ribby, who else was up there? They were mainly Javon Smith. Yeah, I'd like to thank these guys are always there for me. Thank you. Hit the like and subscribe, guys. Share. Thanks a lot. Go Nets.
Peace.